You're going to get quite a few views off this.
Yo, I am here with a special guest,
Good morning.
Kira Lee. His link will be in the description below. You might have seen me feature on his channel in a video he did when we went to the Women in Black production in Covent Garden.
Oh, it's all Women in Black. And we are the Men in Black. I am black.
And there may even, depending on when this video gets out, be a video on his channel fully with me, a Q&A.
Yeah, I went very swimmingly well. There was a 5-minute rant, but it went pretty well.
We've just filmed that now.
Yeah.
But today's video on my channel, we're gonna be talking about what it's like to be a teenager in the year of 2018. And I feel like there's loads of different parts of being a teenager, lots of different compartments in that. But we're gonna talk about the two main things that people worry about the most. And I'd say we've put them into the category of relationships and popularity. So without any further ado, let's get started.
Let's get with it. First topic that we have is what people think about their relationships, and the question that we got are teenage relationships genuine?
Yeah, I was thinking about this question because I seem to have the issue that ever since there was one relationship I had with, let's just call it A, with A, and I said it lasted September 2016 to about March 2017. A will know who she is if she ever sees this. I'm sure I'll text her. And all it was that we were literally like best friends, like best friends. We got each other every time we talked. We just laughed so hard, and I wouldn't say that we developed feelings after friendship, because it literally started off with like I DM'd her, I was like, yo, when I talk, what's your snap? And everything just flowed from there. But over time we just got closer and closer. But when you think about it, like, if my problem is that I just never get to actually go and meet the goal, and it's very limiting, and there's only so much you can do with someone over the phone. And I don't know how many of you are in my position, but like if you have a strict African parent like my mum, because I live alone with my mum, it can be very hard to develop relationships. The kind of relationships you see your friends having like sex and like at this young age, like whether or not I agree with that is a whole another matter.
I personally, I don't think at this age it's something you'll be getting yourself into. Like people at this age are experimenting.
Yeah, that's
wanting
the key
to see
word.
what's different, and like experimentation, that's what adults call it these days. They say that we're experimenting, and what some adults don't realise is how much stress that the teenagers actually have.
Yeah.
So I do so much research in psychology, so I know how to kind of get around things. And what most people miss out on is their brain chemicals, and because of that, they think that they need to be doing all this like stuff with experimenting. So,
Yeah.
so they'll be smoking, be doing drugs. They won't be trying in school. They'll be trying to act cool. They'll be like trying to have sex. They'll be doing things that they think is right.
Yeah,
but
things they think they should be doing.
Yeah.
And it's a sticky one there.
It's a bit of a sticky one still.
It's a very sticky situation because like I can't relate because I'm mentally quite strong, like way stronger than I used to be, to the point where I could be in a room with 100 people doing something and I still won't be influenced into doing it. However, not everyone can, and all it takes is just one video of your best friend smoking or something, or a text from your friend saying, oh, I had sex today, and like it sparks off your head, and you keep thinking, yo, when am I gonna do? Oh, that guy's got weed, should I ask him if I can smoke it? Like. And peer pressure is a very powerful thing. And if you are like me, if you actually just do not get sucked into it, consider yourself blessed, because it's so hard not to, in this day and age, to not be pressured, like with social media, all these different things like Pornhub and that, all these different websites and that, where with the click of a button, you are literally witnessing something or looking at something that you think of it as achievable, and you're like, yo, I want to do it. And things like porn are literally designed to set off chemicals and that in your head,
like dopamine and that.
Yeah, and it literally makes you think about 24/7. Like in a biology lesson, like you can't argue biology when it comes to science and how your body works. And someone said how the human mind of a teenage boy thinks about sex every 7 seconds. Literally, this video has been nearly 5 minutes. How many of those 7 seconds has it been? If you weren't to be watching this video, if you're a boy, teenager, you would have been thinking about sex like for what? Let's say a quarter of this video. Like, it's a long time.
I didn't even know about that. Wow. that is something else.
Yeah, like, so that's why, like, it explains a lot of things. And with relationships, the only advice I could give to you, like, don't be pressured. Don't do things because you feel like you need to do it, or you feel like you have to do it. Literally, if you are in a relationship right now and you're pressured into, you're seeing all your friends saying, "Oh, when you can have sex now," like, don't do something just because you've been told that you need to do it. Just take things at your own pace, man.
Yeah,
like,
completely.
don't rush into things, because then it will only end up with you messing up that relationship, and your girl might be running at a different pace. You're like, don't be like, because then and what some people need to realize, that you can rape in a relationship.
Yeah,
It's a thing.
That is massively.
Yeah.
People think it's just something that, like, you're having fun, like you're having sex. Like, if one of you's drunk and the other one is completely sober, and even if they say it maybe yes when they're drunk, then they still don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So that, like, you need to be in the right headspace. Like, it's that people don't get that, and it's massive.
Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, some people think that, oh, she's my girlfriend, I can do whatever I want to her, or he's my boyfriend, I can do whatever I want to. And literally, that is actually still not the case. They're still a human being.
Yeah.
They've still got morals. They've still got their own decisions. So you can't be thinking, oh, that's my girl. Let me, like, say you're asleep. Yeah, you're sleeping in the same bed. Like, I think that's okay. Sleeping in the same bed, I guess, is okay, because it's that kind of comfort.
That's fine.
As long as you don't take it too far, and like, you're thinking, I don't want to make this comedic, but like, if you're like, let me slip it in and see what happens. Like, that's wrong, because she's not awake to say yes. Like, I don't know how to stress. Like, you can get in serious trouble because of it.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful.
I'm gonna quote one of our form tutors right now and say that with that and the stuff that boys watch and stuff that goes on when they're like doing their thing at night, and it's like they forget that girls are multi-dimensional human beings.
Yeah.
And like they treat them as if they're objects. There's nothing more to them.
Yeah, and I get what you mean. So yeah, that's kind of. I'll finish it on the note with. Like, just don't get complacent. Just because they are your girlfriend, just because it's your boyfriend, it doesn't mean that you're entitled to do whatever you want with them. Like, they still have to consent. Like, they still have to agree with things. Like, you can be thinking, oh, when are we gonna have sex and that? But they might be in a completely different mindset. Like, they might be going really slow. And I know a girl who I won't shed too much on that situation. I won't shed too much light.
Well, see, not much light can be shed on that one there.
But she's like not frigid, but like she's just not willing to do all of that kind of stuff. Like, even with her current boyfriend, like, she's just like, she thinks like, oh, just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean you have to do it.
Yeah, and that's fine.
And that mindset, like, some people, they think, oh, that's weird, but like, literally, like,
there's nothing wrong with
yeah,
that.
like, our generation's just evolved, and I'm just gonna leave it there. Now,
the maturity in them certain situations, like if you're gonna commit to someone at this age and you actually feel like there's a relationship, you get to say, I'm gonna be with them for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
That's a very
immature mindset. Yeah.
Because
unrealistic.
Yeah, like you gotta be thinking, when I'm in a stressful situation, will this person be there for me? If I'm just using this person for the lust of it, do I really actually have an attraction for him? And also, or her, not just, but girls don't do that, boys do
it's
that.
It's 2018, Kira.
Yes. And people. I'll just say people.
Yeah,
because
that's
I had a conversation today, which I had quite changed my mindset about how I should be thinking about things. Completely different video. However, with maturity, the person, if they're supporting the other person, then they should be kind of behind them with what's going on. If there's something they disagree with, then that's completely fine. You can talk to people about that. But if they have like a commitment, like a leadership role in something, and you're like clinging on to them and being like, hold up, like, no, this is my person. I don't want them leaving me.
Yeah.
You've got stuff going on yourself. Like, you want to get yourself sorted out. Like, you're making that person, you're drowning and you're putting that person down with you, and people don't understand that. Like, relationships that are loving and kind, they have space with people and they take time, that is wonderful. And that is good that people are that mature at this age. The people that are dragging another person down is going to do damage to them in the long run, and they're never going to come to terms with themselves. They're going to find themselves, and they're going to be able to learn how to be themselves, and they're going to be confident in themselves. And I think that's just kind of like a place to leave it there. Like, you got to be yourself.
Yeah. Actually, on a very, very last note, oh my gosh, this kid. On a very, very last note, what is it? I forgot what I was gonna say. Nah, George actually made me forget.
You go Kasachi?
I just had my memory slipped. Another thing, just a very, very last note about relationships is the girl that asked me to, I'll drop her name, Lucia wanted me to talk about Lucia Lawson. I'll probably put her Insta and Snap in the description because it was her idea. And I'll start doing that as well. If you remind me of an idea, if it's your idea, I'll credit you. Yeah, Lucia. Now, your situation, and I don't know if this is deep on you because I don't know, but and I'll just give an example. If there's two ways of dealing with a relationship or like dealing with hurt, and I kind of put in two categories. Like I allow someone to get if you've had a relationship and it didn't work out, you can I'm totally like okay if you're getting caught up with it, as in like you can't get them off your mind after because you've actually had something with them. And that's like totally like it's human. Like that person, if you were literally in a love relationship with that person, it's totally human to get caught up with them like for a while, like have them on your mind, like you just don't know what to do like after it doesn't work out. And I totally get what you mean. Like obviously you've had your situation which
But I know better.
I won't put too much light on that situation there, but like I find it a bit weird. But then when I think about it, I can understand like why it's taken you so long to get over it. And even though it does seem a bit odd, like from an outsider's point of view, it makes sense, because if you've had that kind of intimacy with someone and you've been so close with them for so long, to go from a period of time when they're literally your everything, George, get out the camera shot. To go from a period of time where they're literally your everything, and then to this kid is actually what is this kid?
I'm not allowed to in the video now.
To go from a period of time where I get the camera shot then.
Go on then. True.
There we go.
That's even better.
To go from a period of time where they are literally in your everyday, to just go from never talking. It's weird, and change is weird, and it takes people a long time to adapt. And it takes some people longer than others. So getting over feelings, like it takes a while. And don't be thinking, oh, is this normal to spend so long on someone? Because like, it is like for me, like still with A, she's still like on my mind, like not every day, but
time you have memories and stuff like that. Like, it just
Yeah.
comes up like I still have that with B.
bitch.
Could have let in the uni room, but I know better.
Yeah. And like it's just a natural thing. Like it'll come up in your mind. Like you'll think about stuff in your past. Like like it just happens. Like you're gonna have that on your mind anyway. Like you got 1,001, but you forget 1,000 every day. But there's some things that are kind of like engraved in your memory that you're just not able to forget.
Yeah. And I saw this thing said, once you're really in love, and it doesn't work out, literally everyone you're with after that point will just be compared instantly, even subconsciously, to them. And with A, like, I don't know what it was about her, but she was just different.
Yeah.
And I hope A watches this, and if she does, I hope it puts a smile on her face, because we're still literally best friends now. But every girl I'm with afterwards is going to be compared, and like, it's like there's it's like you have to get, it's like a pass grade. Let's call it like GCSEs. She was a 9, man. She was a 9, and every other girl, every girl after this point has to be like, even just to draw a comparison.
Just a 10.
Just no, like 9 out of.
Off the charts.
You know, like 9, like level 9 GCSE.
Yeah.
Like just let's say a 5 is a pass. Like 5 is a pass, I think.
No, it's 4.
Why is the kid? let's say every girl from that point, like if it's not 9, it's not happening. And I don't know why this kid's laughing so much. But yeah, so I don't know. I think let's kind of wrap it up there because the video's getting kind of long.
Not gonna lie, I didn't expect the drive-by when you called me in there.
So yeah,
Brilliant.
thank you for watching this video.
We're aiming for 50 dislikes.
We got through one of our topics.
This kid has a ligma.
Fif-
And
50 dislikes. 50 dislikes.
Nah,
That's what we're aiming for.
he has Sugma. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to Kir Athlete. I'll put his channel in the link below.
Make sure you unsubscribe.
Make sure you smash that like button.
No dislike button. We're aiming for 50 dislikes.
He's suffering from Sugondis. And yeah, follow Lucia in the description. And yeah, thank you for watching this
Just bleep
video.
that out. Just
And I'll
bleep
be
that out.
back soon, shortly.